Good morning, students. Greetings. Greetings from Chinmaya Academy for Civil Services. This is your current affairs program, UPSC current affairs program. Very important. Also, students should be in contact with the academy to get hard copy of the current affairs. Hard copy of the current affairs at the end of the month. You will get the current affairs. If you are regularly attending the classes, if you are in touch with the academy regularly, you can get the hard copy. So now I have shared my screen. My voice is also clear. If you have any trouble, you can chat in the chat box. Okay. So we will start the current affairs now. The first current affairs is related to Go Bardhan scheme. It is a national level scheme, number 1 point. It is a bioenergy scheme. Bioenergy. It is a circular bioenergy. What is it? We get a cow dung, that is bio. From that, we produce biogas, that is energy. Circular, that after using the biogas, we will get a sludge. That sludge can be used as fertilizer. UPSC question. Already they have asked this question. So in the biogas plant, after getting energy, we will get the waste material in the tank that consists of the nutrient that will be used as fertilizer also. Again, we get the plant. That plant will be eaten by animals. Animals will give you cow dung, cattle particularly, cow dung, go burden, go. In Tamil also, go. That is cow. Okay, so again we circulate that. What is the time period of the scheme? 2026 to 36. So it is a current scheme after 30, 2035, 36. It is important scheme. We have allocated the funds. That's all. It is a clean energy. Yes. But at the same time, little bit of pollution is there, I accept. But it is a very, very insignificant. Unlike a fossil fuels, a petrol, diesel, it is a clean energy. Fossil fuel based petrol, diesel will emit more waste material. Sorry, more environment polluting material. But it is not so. It will improve the rural economy. They will ask a question related to socio-economic impact of this particular scheme. Yes. In villages, women will be rearing the cattle. They get income from this. They collect a cow dung and give it to the biogas plant. They get income. They get electricity. They use biogas for room heating. Sorry, during winter, we can use it for a room heating. Generally, we can use it for cooking purpose. Piped biogas supply to the rural villages. We cannot see this in Tamil Nadu. particularly in the urban areas. But if you go to Punjab, Haryana, cattle population is more. Agriculture is the major activity even today. Cattle population is more. So they produce this at a village level. They satisfy the needs, energy needs at the village level. That's all. Very important national level scheme. Already questions have been asked related to this in UPSC, prelims and also mains. Clean energy program, sustainable energy program, alternative sources of energy, renewable sources of energy, geography, economy, current affairs related questions. Next, forelaning of Guwahati, Tezpur, National Highway 15 was approved. Here we have the Guwahati. Nearby Guwahati, this period it is the new capital of Assam. Guwahati is not a capital now. From that, the national highway goes to Tezpur. Tezpur is famous for tea. So, geography, economy, places, and plantation crops are produced. Agriculture crops produced. A question. Next important question is the National Highway 15 is in Assam. Rarely they will be asking the question related to the connectivity. Which city is connected to which city by this national highway? National Highway 15. Like that, they will give on one column and on other column the national highway numbers. We can expect this question. Or in other column, the states. Pair form question. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? We can expect this. That's all. Next, Parliament passed Appropriation number 3 Bill 2006. Also Finance Act 2006. When we pass these two bills, the Finance Bill has become Finance Act. Appropriation Bill will become Appropriation Act. After passing these two, we say budget has been passed by the Parliament. In the budget class, we discussed about it. And you know very well. What we discussed in budget class? Appropriation bill and a finance bill are part and parcel of budget. So any budget will consist of two bills. One is a finance bill, another one is appropriation bill. Finance bill will be passed into Finance Act. Okay, you should not write FB in the exam. Okay, for my convenience, I am writing this like this. You have to write in full. What is a finance bill? It is related to finance matter. Levying new tax, abolishing old tax, giving remission from paying tax to certain groups. Remission means exemptions to certain groups of people. Changing the rate of taxation. GST. N number of slabs were there. Now it is not so. 2.5% like slabs have been reduced. So rate of uh, taxation has been changed. That is important. So all this can be done by bringing a bill in parliament Without approval of the parliament, we cannot levy tax, collect and appropriate a tax. So I told you this was the demand by Indian freedom fighters. Demand raised by Indian freedom fighters. They wanted this from British Indian government, but we were not able to get it. That is why while framing the constitution, they had provisions for these things. We have studied the articles also, you know. Anyway, then appropriation bill. No money shall be spent out of consolidated fund of India without approval of parliament. So I want to take money out of consolidated fund of India under Article 266. We have completed. And under Article 266. So to take money out of this consolidated fund of India, we have to pass appropriation bill. To appropriate money out of consolidated fund of India, we have to pass appropriation bill. So each and every ministry has given demands for grants. Those demands will be fulfilled by giving the money from a consolidated fund of India. To take money out of consolidated fund of India, we have passed this. That's all. The budget process has finished. Next, we discussed about excess demand for grant and supplementary demand for grant. Already we have discussed this in budget. So what is excess demand for grant? Father is giving you money. You have spent that money, but it is not enough. So in that case, what you have to do? You will ask father to give more money. Similarly, in the budget, each and every ministry departments, they are getting fund, grant. If it is not enough, then you can get more fund. Is there any provision related to this excess and supplementary demand for grant in our Indian Constitution? Yes, we have Article 115. This article is related to excess and supplementary grants. Number one. Similarly, for the states, 205. Again, excess and a supplementary demand for grant for states. States. So it is related to inadequate fund given to the ministry's department. Inadequate means it is not enough. Anyway, what is supplementary demand for grant? What is excess demand for grant? Excess demand for grant is the money spent in excess, okay, of the budget grant. At the same time, this excess money will be asked after the financial. Excess grant will be asked from the government after the financial ends because you have overspent already. For example, here excess demand for grant has been asked for financial 2023. It was completed 2023, 2 years back. We completed the budget. but you have spent more than the granted money. Now you want to regularize that money spent already. Financial year over. So after the financial year, you want to regularize the money spent for the schemes, programs in your ministry department, overspent money. If you seek this overspent money, excess expenditure to regularize the finance, then that is called excess demand for grant. Supplementary means the fund is inadequate, insufficient. During the same financial year, for example, now 2026 financial year is going on. During the same financial year, you request that this fund is inadequate, insufficient, you give me more fund. The financial year will be ending on 31st March, 31st March 2027. It will end at that time only. So during this time, if I ask in the July 2026, so current financial year, that is called supplementary demand for grant. We have discussed this, very important. When you listen the news, when you see this live news, you will not forget. That is why I am giving like this, the current affairs. Read the newspaper, listen the news, come to the class. Next, Taxation and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2026 will amend PSS Act 2007. This act was passed in 2007 and came into force in 2008. What is that act? Payment and Settlement Systems Act. Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007 was passed to regulate the UPI payment, RTGS payment, NEFT payment. Before that, in India, we did not have those, but card payment also, card related payment. They were coming up at that time. In UPSC prelims, they were asking the question related to this. What is RTGS? NEFT, what is the difference between them? Very important UPSC questions. Who is the regulator of these online payments? RBI. Who will supervise? Who will authorize these payments? RBI only. So this act empowered RBI to regulate, supervise, to authorize these online payments. So payment and settlement systems were controlled by is also now also it is controlled by RBI only. Remember this. Next important point is now we have amended this act by bringing this bill. So this bill is called in different name, Taxation and Other Laws Amendment Bill. Next, every year in budget, we bring reforms in income tax. We bring reforms in income tax. So we have to amend the Income Tax Act. So Income Tax Act 2025 has been passed. Now, Finance Bill has been passed into Finance Act. That's all now. So, budget has been passed in Parliament by passing appropriation bill and a finance bill. After passing this, President is to give assent to this. That's all. Next, India-Israel relations. Indian Prime Minister and Israel Prime Minister reviewed a special strategic partnership. So here we have to take into consideration the past relations also. Till 1995, India did not have any diplomatic relationship with Israel. Why? Israel during 1940s, late 1940s, 48, like that. At that time, occupied Palestine and the trouble started in West Asia. So India did not have relationship with Israel immediately after independence. But over the period of time, scenario changed. Here you can find. Now Palestine is this Gaza Strip and West Bank only. Earlier, this was total area was occupied by Palestinians. But in 1940s, Arab-Israel war, late 1940s, Arab-Israel war, Israel occupied this and they got recognition as the country Israel. But within the country, they have given space, Gaza Strip and West Bank to Palestinian people. Due to this reason, India did not have contact with the diplomatic relation with Israel. But in 1995, India and Israel were victims of cross-border terrorism, fundamentalist terrorism. So we joined it together. So our diplomatic relations started from 1995. It is very young, 2025 now. So 1995, 2005, 15, 25, 30 years only. I expected the question in 2025 about this, but they did not ask anyway. 30 years we have completed. But with the other countries, in 1940s itself, we started a good relationship. So around 70 years, 75 years, like a relationship with the other countries. In Jammu and Kashmir, okay, in Jammu and Kashmir, in 1989, the bomb blast took place. The bomb blast took place. Cross-border terrorism sponsored by Pakistan started. After that, India realized we both were victims of cross-border terrorism. So we can join, we can get advanced military equipments, armaments from Israel. So we started our diplomatic relations in 1995. After that, when we got arrow missiles from them, from Israel, unmanned aerial vehicle from Israel, they are advanced when compared to Russia. These are advanced. BrahMos is very best, I accept. But it came very late only. At the same time, the at the same time, Before 1995, India's relationship with the USSR, even I can say before 1991, USSR was there. After that only, Cold War ended in 1991-92 because USSR disintegrated. USSR disintegrated. So we had a relationship with Russia from 1992 onwards. For what? For military's equipment supply, strategic partnership. But in Russia, due to communism and other reasons, their equipments were not sophisticated, precise. Why? When we manufacture any item manually, the quality will be less compared to machines. So in Israel, they are spending more money for research and development and also to produce sophisticated weapons like that. So we wanted to have a strategic military relationship with Israel. We got these arrow missiles, unmanned aerial vehicle, these things. Why Israel has this? Israel is in border with the Palestinian people, Palestinian territory. Here a cross-border terrorism. To control that only, they have these sophisticated technologies. Also, the population of Israel is less. If they are killed in the fight, then population will further decline. In order to avoid that only, also they have more money to invest in the advanced technology. Richest persons in the world are Jews. Jews. They are in Israel and other parts of the world. During Second World War, Jews were killed in bulk in Europe by Hitler in concentration camp. We know very well. But why they were settled in Europe? They were bankers. Even today, they are bankers. They are richest persons. So they were sitting there and giving money for interest. But a Hitler killed them. Anyway, in America, even today, the powerful lobby in a US Congress is Jews. So that is another point. So India had good relationship with them. Oh, today also we have good strategic partnership, special strategic partnership. This will be asked in UPSC mains. Already they have asked many questions. India-Israel military cooperation. One question. Defense cooperation. India-Israel agriculture cooperation. It is a desert area. In this desert area, they are cultivating crop. How? They use drip irrigation and other technologies. We got those technologies from them only. Because in India also, we have semi-arid agriculture. So we want their cooperation. In universities, we have that cooperation with Israel. So these are all the important points related to India-Israel cooperation. Special strategic partnership. At the same time, we support the cause of Palestinians. Very important. India has a good relationship with both Ukraine and Russia. We never support the Cold War. We never support the alignment of the countries who fight. Why do we do this? Because India was an infant democracy at the time of independence. So we did not want to indulge in these things. We did not want to indulge in these things. What? Cold War. If we indulge, then what will happen? Our infant democracy will be destroyed. So we followed non-alignment movement. India is one of the founder member country of non-aligned movement. We should understand. Second point, very important point is India as a new democratic country will not support the aggressor countries because we were occupied by colonial rulers. So for many reasons, we followed non-aligned alignment. NAM, non-alignment, non-aligned movement. We should understand. Next important point is today also we are opposing the war in the West Asia. We never support the war. At the same time, on other side, we have strategic partnership. So diplomatic relations will be like this only. On one side, disputes may be there, but we cannot stop the bilateral relation for that reason. That's all. Next, Agni, UPSC means science and tech question. Agni missile program. Generally, missile UPSC question. In that, we have to discuss Agni missile program. In our Agni missile program, we have Agni 1, 2, 3, 4 missiles, 5 also. Now we have tested successfully Agni 4 medium range ballistic missiles. What is medium range? The range is from 1000 to the range is from 1000 to 3500 kilometer is called medium range. But if it is more than 3500 and up to 5000 or more, even more than that, 5000 kilometer, then that is long range. That range can be used to attack from one continent to another continent, continent to continent, intercontinental ballistic missile. So that is important. Few years back, Tessie Thomas, the missile lady, came in news. She was the head of this program, intercontinental ballistic missile program, and successfully tested the Agni missile. Now it has been tested. Agni 4 medium range ballistic missile. What is a ballistic missile? Very important. It is the rocket powered. We will send that missile using rocket powered weapon. That projectile path will be like this. Path will be like a projectile. In physics, You might have studied arch, projectile. Okay. So from one place to another place, we can attack. This Agni missile is a particularly surface to surface missile. But we have other missiles, surface to air to surface. But it is a surface to surface missile. It is a rocket powered weapon. Arching, it follows a path called projectile. So this is called ballistic missile. Here, when we thrust, apply thrust through rocket, it will go like this. So during the launch, it will be using the rocket. So engine power also. But after that, this will be guided by the gravity. This will be pulled by gravity. High speed flight will be there. But for that high speed flight, we don't need power. It is controlled by gravity. Also, when it enters here, it will experience the air friction. So air resistance is there. So both the gravity and air resistance will be controlling this flight, high speed flight. Okay. So this is another important point. They may ask, what is a ballistic missile? If I launch a missile from India, that is Asia, to other continent, that is called intercontinental ballistic missile. So now it has been tested from Odisha coast, Chandipur coast. It is in Odisha only. Many times we have tested these missiles in the Odisha coast, in the Wheeler Island region. Okay. I hope it is not a given coast now. It is not a given. Okay, given. 1 second. Chandipur coast, Baleswar, Chandipur, very famous. Okay, you have to remember. From here only we are testing. Next one. Ministry. Other missiles, Nag missile, n number of missiles are there in missile program of India. We will discuss that. Then Ministry of Electronics Information Technology has a questioned Meta whether they are complying to Indian laws or not. Very important question. Because our Prime Minister's video was disturbed by Meta. So the country chief, Meta chief, was called and inquired. So it is important. Next, aviation turbine fuel. It is the fuel used in the flight. Aviation turbine fuel. Next point, are we going to blend the petrol in aviation turbine fuel? The government has declared that there is no proposal to blend. Sorry, are we going to blend ethanol? Sorry, with the aviation turbine fuel? No, we are not going to blend ethanol. Already blending of ethanol in the fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, that is in trouble. For the past few days, the agitation is going on in Delhi not to mix ethanol with these fossil fuels, petroleum products. because reduce it will reduce the efficiency of the engine. It will damage the engine also over the period of time, long period of time, like that they are saying. But a government has planned to blend 20% the ethanol. So that is also important point. Slowly they are increasing 5% to 20%. But opposition is there, severe opposition is there. So now if we blend this with the aviation turbine fuel, again, what will happen to efficiency? Like that, the questions are there. Anyway, we have to discuss that in detail in science and technology. Okay, students. So there is no proposal to blend ethanol with the ATF. Second point, sustainable aviation fuel. What is that a sustainable aviation fuel? Instead of using the fossil fuels, we are going to use this fuel. It is the cleaner alternative fuel. Okay, for ATF. It will be produced from agriculture waste. Also, we are capturing the carbon capturing. So after capturing, we can convert it into sustainable aviation fuel. Also, we can produce this fuel from waste oil. So carbon emission will be stopped by capturing it. Again, if we use this carbon here, so we can easily reduce the carbon emission. That is the advantage of this sustainable aviation fuel. So SAF is different fuel, ATF is a different. Government has no proposal to blend ethanol with ATF. Ethanol blending uses domestic ethanol only. We have a number of ethanol plants in India. Our Prime Minister has inaugurated recently also from agriculture straw waste. We can produce ethanol like that. Farmers will get the benefit out of it. At the same time, environmental pollution will be reduced. Our dependence on other countries for fuel, fossil fuel, will also reduce. These are all important points we have to note. Next important point is forex dollar we are spending in importing the crude oil will also reduce if we switch over to biofuels. India is a tropical country, agrarian country. Here we have many crops, also agriculture waste. We can convert that into ethanol. So our import of crude oil will reduce. At the same time, payment to the crude oil in dollar terms will reduce. Balance of payment. Okay, problem will not arise. Also, the fluctuation in prices of petroleum products. According to international market, we are fixing the price. That is a fluctuating. That can be avoided. Then West Asian geopolitics, a Strait of Hormuz issue. Now we are struggling to move our ships through this with energy. But India is getting special permission and we are allowing our ships to cross. Every day it comes in news. But it is uncertain. So we have to avoid this. by using the biofuels, our own fuel. That's all. Next, judiciary. Bombay High Court. Okay, this is not important. Okay, if it is related to Article 72, we can find, we can study, but leave that. Next, BRICS. Okay, under India's presidency, in BRICS, we are conducting industries and trade ministers meeting in Jaipur. Very important point. They will be asking the question related to this. It was a BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, China originally. After that, South Africa was included. It has become BRICS. In BRICS, India holds chairmanship. India is the president of BRICS for 2026, the current year. So in India only, the summit will be held. It will be 18th summit, very important, to be held in India. 18th BRICS summit, where in New Delhi it is going to be held. New Delhi, it is going to be held. Generally, in the month of September, it will be held. So at that time in current affairs, we can get this information. Before the summit, industries and trade ministers meet. Then this tourism ministers meet. Like many meetings will be held in different parts of India. Finally, in New Delhi, the summit will be held 18th summit in the month of September. BRICS Film Festival with the IAF, International Film Festival of India. So cultural relation is going to be held. So India is the leader now. Once it was an underdeveloped country, now it is not so. India leads the world. India became president of G20, BRICS, like many organizations we have studied in current affairs previously. So this point is very important point. Then weather forecast. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Kerala, Odisha, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh. So from north to south, west to east, whole country is under monsoon. That is why July month monsoon session of parliament begins. Okay, so you should remember these points. That's all. If you have any doubt, you can ask in chat. Yes, please. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. We will wind up the session. We will wind up the session. Okay.